Welcome back to Tony Talks Vested Up for November the 24th, 2025. And we already know what the world is talking about that happened within the last 24 hours. You know that our nephew Shador Sanders went on that field, destroyed Vegas betting odds. Vegas in shambles. Hey, but guess what? They in the black. All that revenue that Shador brought to Vegas over the weekend. Shador, make sure you claim Vegas also as a dependent this year because you have put Cleveland and Vegas on your back this year. Go ahead and get your return of investment, Shador. But I already know that you're taking care of, nephew. That's how you do it. Nephew was on that field looking real good. Ooh, I know it's almost 9 o'clock and you may catch this video in the midnight hour. So I'm just going to keep it nice and soft. But we still going to talk about Shador Sanders and what he did on that field yesterday. And after watching some of the media outlets this morning, of course, Emmanuel Acho, I don't know why I can't stop talking about him. I hope it's nothing subconscious. But Emmanuel Acho, of course, he is pro Shador now. After all of this, after all these weeks of trying to convince all of the anti-Shador members of society, as of now, Ocho is supporting Shador. And yes, with the fists up in the air, he is supporting the notion that Shador Sanders should be QB1 for this upcoming Sunday. And if you don't know, Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns have already declared, knock on wood, declare that it will be true that Shador Sanders will start Week 13 at home as QB1 against the 49ers. Do you know all that nouveau riche that Jimmy Haslam lost in the last few weeks by playing Dillon Gabriel? Do you know he's about to recoup that this weekend just in one day because they finally did right by Shador, either for their own motives or correct their actions towards Shador Sanders? No matter what the motive is, they're going to recoup all of their money this weekend. Do you know the merchandise for sports apparel regarding Shador Sanders and the Cleveland Browns is selling out? And yes, I'm guilty. I sure went back to all those sites and tried to repurchase all of my gear that I turned in for a refund a few months ago. I am not going to tear it out the plastic. It's going to be sitting right there in the corner until I know that his footing is secure in that organization. Until then, and everything I did buy, it was not on clearance. So that means I can take it back and get my full money back. I'm not playing with these people. I'm not playing with Jimmy. Let me write this down with my own notes. I'm getting my notes in my drink. Emmanuel Acho supports his claim that Shador Sanders, or his support for Shador Sanders, is only predicated upon Shador Sanders being able to throw farther than 26 feet, which was Dillon Gabriel's maximum pass in the last games. Shador Sanders had three passes over 26 yards. Of course, he threw that missile at Jerry Jeudy for 39 yards that he dropped. He threw that pass. 52 yards down there to Isaiah Bonds. And of course, he hit Dylan Sampson with that screen pass, that bubble pass. I call it the lateral throw for 66 yards for that touchdown. So Emmanuel Acho states that that's the reason why Shador Sanders should get QB1. I said once again, Emmanuel Acho, that should not be the only reason Shador Sanders get QB1. Shador Sanders should get QB1 for this game and all the previous games that he missed out on because he is the better quarterback. Let me say it again. He is the better quarterback. I rest my case. Did you hear or see that Kevin Stefanski in his post-game locker room, he shouted everybody out nice and strong, except for Shador Sanders. Even Emmanuel Acho had an issue with the way that Kevin Stefanski handled Shador after the game in the locker room. He basically gave everybody good shout-outs. Fannin, Isaiah Bond, Myles Garrett, of course, for breaking the records, to the O-line, to the defensive team. When he came to Shador, giving Shador his accolades, he just said, good job, Shador. And he went away with it. I'm going to show that clip. And then, of course, he gave the ball to Myles Garrett. So I'm going to look up in the NFL handbook to see if you can only give out one ball game post game. Because Kevin Stefanski, you knew what the situation was. You at least should have given Shador Sanders more recognition than that. I don't care if it is a statement or a paragraph in the NF bargaining agreement document that states that only one ball can be given out to players post-game. You should have took it upon yourself to go get another ball and give it to Shador Sanders. That was his first NFL game. And you didn't even give that young man a ball, and he was the quarterback. Let me tell you something, Kevin Stefanski. All them other players besides Myles Garrett and the defensive team, all of those other players that you gave accolades to and recognition to, the only reason they got those yards and those passes is because of Shador Sanders. You may not like it or not, Shador Sanders may not be your pick, but Shador Sanders is still a quarterback on your team, and you're still mishandling the situation. Get out of your narcissism. Get out of your ego. Let it go. Kevin Stefanski, let it go. Dylan Gabriel, I'm sorry to say this. So if you come across this video, and I'm trying to say this in the most nicest voice, Dylan Gabriel will never be Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders will never be Dylan Gabriel. As a coach, and there's no universal law against this, use the strength of both players. But don't tear one down just to lift another one up, Kevin Stefanski. And that's the issue that we have with you. If you are truly a leader, if you're truly a head coach of a football team, utilize the strength of both players. But you're too dumb and egotistical to even do that. So I'm gonna move on. But Kevin Stefanski should have ran down any person with a ball and grabbed that ball and gave it to Shador. But of course that didn't happen. But did you also see how Andrew Berry responded to Shador? Andrew gave him one of the most genuine hugs of congratulations, and Shador Sanders welcomed that hug. All he was looking for as a young man, he's only 23, all he was looking for validation, and he got that in management. And Shador Sanders, don't worry about what Kevin Stefanski didn't give you. Worry about and accept the personnel that did come to you and give your attaboys and the love and the attention that you needed as a professional athlete. And rest assured, just know that Andrew Berry is sitting up higher than Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski did to you, take it with a grain of salt. But definitely remember how the general manager, he found you, he came down in that locker room, and he showed you much professional love. And that goes for everybody in your life. A lot of us, we have life mixed up. Sometimes we like challenges. Sometimes we like to pursue things that should not be in our life. And we neglect and look over the people that are trying to be in our life. Do have positive motivations and motives in being in our lives. And even myself had to learn that. So the people that are trying to be in your life, let them be in your life, especially if they love you and they adore you and they have good motives for you. And the people that don't want to be in your life, they just let them go. But always leave a door open for the people that you love, even after misunderstandings or arguments, or no misunderstandings at all. It just could be just life. Time is moving so fast. We're trying to catch up. And sometimes, we do neglect phone calls and text messages. So wherever this message finds you, I hope it is perfect timing with the wrist up. But hey, always leave a door open for people that want to be in your life for the right reasons. And on that note, I'm going to say, God bless all. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. I'm going to say, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment. And yes, Tony Talks Vested Up tonight at 9 is for that slow. It's one of those videos that you want to hear right before you lay down and get a good night rest. And all it is, I'm just closing the chapter on the day, unless something magnificent happened or breaking news happened in the NFL world. Okay. So until next time, Vesters, I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to drop a video for you 9 o'clock in the morning, between 9 and noon, depending on what's going on. I do want to show you the differences in between Kevin Stefanski, how he handled Shador Sanders after the game, and how Andrew Berry, brother to brother, shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, embraced Shador. And I know that made Shador feel okay. All right. So until next time, I'll talk to you later, Vestas. And guess what? Until next time, make sure you get your notes and your drink and your vest, because we vested up today. All right. Talk to you later.